going on back there. Void replacements galore that help you lose weight and lose the body fat efficiently, effectively. So today, every $100 or more order, you get 2 samples, the pizza Chex Mix and the regular Chex Mix. Why? Because I had it on Sunday and I enjoyed it. And I thought a lot of people don't know about this one. Regular Chex Mix or Party Mix causes the fat bust. These don't. They're like hitting the turbo button. And also, Sasha's going to slip in your order a strip of Diet Devil stickers. We're going to put you some Diet Devil stickers in there. And, we're about to start cabinet cleanouts for people. Cabinet cleanouts so that you can detoxify your entire home. You need to be putting Diet Devil stickers. It doesn't mean you got to get rid of everything that you shopped at Publix for that wasn't neutralizing insulin, not Shibboleth approved. No, but you need to be aware that these things with the Diet Devil sticker are for holidays. They're for holidays. Okay. So you'll get the Party Chex Mix, 2 packages of that, and some Diet Devil stickers. And then if you're on my Triumph team, I will schedule cabinet cleanouts with you and show you everything in your pantry and fridge that we need to put Diet Devil stickers on so that you can start detoxifying that entire household. Okay. So awesome stuff. Let me see if Sasha's with us yet. Nope, she's not. But we'll get her. We'll get her. So this is our Q&A session. This is where we come together as a Shibboleth family, work on our goals together, make sure that we're personalizing your program and your approach, because we know everybody has unique needs and everybody's different. Right now, I have like 240,000 unread emails. Why? Because people are hearing about Shibboleth and they need help. They need help desperately. We have cracked the code and found the solution to adult and childhood obesity. That's why I'm down more than 100 pounds and have come off all prescription medications. I shop at my local grocery store. And because of the program, I know how to combine foods in such a way that I easily target and remove unwanted body fat. I eat great tasting foods that allow me to lose weight instead of foods that taste good and cause me to gain weight. There's been a big paradigm shift. You can have that shift too. You're going to be eating. Do you see? It's not complicated. We're going to be eating. Now, what are we going to eat and what impact is that going to have on our lives and our goals? Now, if we were talking about eating terrible, terrible tasting foods to lose weight, I would get why it's so hard. But when we're talking about great tasting foods that allow us to lose weight, it's hard to fathom anybody doing anything different. I didn't give up anything. So we start with watching the fast track videos. Please watch the fast track videos. Take the test, pass the test, and earn your fast track badge. We all have different situations and circumstances and goals, and some have thyroid issues, some have, heart disease, some have acid reflux. I know that you're different. Hey, y'all. I know that y'all are different. I get it. You need a personalized program. We do that. Okay. These sessions happen. How many days a week do we have these sessions? Travis, you hadn't emailed me back yet. My personalized program hadn't emailed me back. We do them every day. We do these every day. Just come be a part of the family and let's change our own life and then change other lives. We teach each other. Yes, all this stuff can be printed. In fact, I got 2 new books coming out. All this stuff, you can have it in your hand. But darn it, in your life, the things that you still hold to this day were taught to you by your parents or people that caretook you early on, whether they were right things or wrong things. So many of your values and what you live to this day come from what you're taught. Your mom and daddy did not give you a book. They taught you from their heart to yours. And that's what Shibboleth is so fantastic at. So ask away, ask your questions, and let me help you. I am here to help you. If you've met with a frustration in the program, I'll help you overcome it if it's a reasonable frustration. What would be an unreasonable frustration? Had a lady one time, she said, Travis, I want to lose weight with your program, but I can't do it. And I said, why can't you? And she said, well, I need to drink my beer. And I said, you can have beer on the program. That's between you and the Lord. I'll teach you how to have beer right. She said, well, I have to have at least a 6-pack every night. And I said, well, then I can't help you. She said, you said you could help anybody. I said, I didn't say I could help unreasonable people. If you want to do that on the weekend, we can get away with that if you'll learn Shibboleth approved days for you. But she wanted it every night. All I can do is pray for her. So there's some unreasonable requests, but if you're reasonable and you want to lose weight, we have the answer to your question. 20 years in this business, 20 years. I've heard it all. So ask away, please. And then we'll do some void replacement. We're going to talk survival kit and void replacement by request. We've been doing that a lot lately. So please don't get tired of it. We'll switch. But a lot of people are like, what is a survival kit? What are void replacements? We'll do that today. But I want to make sure I answer questions for those that might need to leave and you need something personalized for yourself. This saves you money. You can get a free one-on-one with Joni, or you can pay for an appointment with me, but I'm here now. So I can help anybody here, okay? Any questions or comments while we're waiting on Miss Sasha? Any questions? Bring it. Anything you're struggling with. If I made you feel like you're going to ask a bad question, I promise you're not, because you're not going to want to drink a 6-pack every night. How to navigate church homecoming and still have a perfect day. I'm planning to take approved foods, but please, any tips? Well, number one, how many holidays do we get a month, everyone? Church homecoming don't come around often. I'm going to give you some options, but I want you to think more balanced, okay? I'm just living the lifestyle. So anybody like the Georgia Bulldogs? Woo, 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 woo. Hunker down, Harry Dogs. Hunker down for a fight. Anybody like the Bulldogs? No, Bright said no. He likes probably Bama. All right, it's okay. Y'all don't like that. I was just trying to pull one out of the air to give an illustration. So they play during football season. They play every Saturday, right? So every Saturday, I want to take a holiday. I want to eat something. I don't have to, but I used to. I don't have to. I don't do it anymore, but I used to. I wanted to eat something like, I wanted to eat French fries and chicken wings and watch the Georgia football game. Can I do that and still lose weight with Shibboleth? Yeah, they just play 4 times a month. I get 6 holidays. How many times does homecoming come around? Not often. Now, I know if you have enough stuff like that, you could go over and exceed your 6 holidays. But when we fight for maintenance, when we get to maintenance, everybody, how many holidays do we get? 12. That's almost half of our month. And we tend to get tore up. We tend to get tore up if oh my goodness, I can't have a holiday. They're a part of the program. You're not even doing wrong. We just got to do the right thing more than the wrong thing. So let me go now and answer her question more specifically. So at a homecoming, they're going to be bringing recipes, right? So it's hard to find at a homecoming, a church homecoming with all these good sisters cooking all the time. It's hard to find just a meat like it's harder to find there than a restaurant like a chicken breast and broccoli, right? That's the problem. So you go to homecoming, everybody's showing out. So watch, all I got to do is go to this library, y'all. You make the stuff that you can carry. If you're not having a holiday, make you something you enjoy. You can have lean meats and fibrous carbs. Doesn't matter how the sisters cooked it or how the brothers cooked it, as long as you have a lean meat and a fibrous carb. But what about stuff like this? Mac and cheese. Let's see if there's a mac and cheese recipe. You'll find a chicken pot pie that's delicious. The chicken pot pie in here is awesome, and it's a fat burner. Look at this, amazing mac and cheese. There's a mac and cheese recipe. You don't like that one? Looked like there was some others. Yummy mac and cheese. Let's look at that. Lynn Eldon's got one. Looks like Velveeta cheese shells almost. And there's other ones in here too. That was my first search. The chicken pot pie. Thousands of recipes for you to choose from. You can be the hit of the homecoming. Chicken pot pie right here. Boom. Got chili recipes. There's all kind of things in the library, in the recipe library, that are perfect for church homecomings. In fact, I've been putting recipes in here ever since the inception of the website and taking people from church, their recipes, modifying them so that we all could be successful. Okay. Lisa says, if Lynn Eldon submitted it, it's awesome. I agree. So yeah, just getting your mind around that. If you were to go and you can't resist the temptation on a church homecoming, realize it's just one of your holidays. But you do have to adopt the mindset of no exception policy. Once you've had 6 holidays, you got to put the brakes on it. Now, I can go to a church homecoming and I could have something approved. Either I'm going to take my own thing or I'm going to be eating those lean meats and fibrous carbs. What you need to do is get everybody in your church to do in Shibboleth, and then they'll all be bringing Shibboleth approved recipes. I have an Advocare question. How long should you take MNS for? How long at a time? I mean, every day, unless your doctor tells you otherwise. Metabolic nutrition system is comprehensive thermogenic support, weight management support, appetite control. It's the bomb. There's only a few products like that I recommend, and they're all awesome. I don't recommend products like that are not awesome. It fills in all your nutrient gaps, quick, easy. You've got pack 1, pack 2, and you're done. Okay. There are some other products on the market that we're happy to talk about, but those are the bomb. So if that's your one of choice, it's a very good one to have, and I'm glad you're having it. We know from the results that we have from challenges that people that take the supplements I recommend get much better results than the people not taking the supplements. I can't go in there and lie. If you go look at challenges, almost every time, I think there's been one challenge, and there's a reason for that. There's only been one challenge where the non-supplement people beat the supplement people. And the only reason that they beat them that time was the people doing the supplements had went back to back challenges, and the people doing non-supplements were just starting, and they got a lot of water weight off. But the people that do the supplements always beat the people that don't, because if you want to do it all, if you want to look good naked, raise your hand. If you lie about that, you'll lie about other things too. So if you want to do it all, okay, you can look good in your clothes with just nutrition and faith. If you want to look good naked, you got to do nutrition, faith, exercise, supplementation. Great job, Amanda, taking the MNS. Anonymous, I'm doing the challenge and I'm trying to do the 16-hour fast, but at times I feel nauseous. Do you have any suggestions to be able to make it through to the 16 hours? Or should I do the 12 hours, back up to 12 hours? Don't do 16 until you get over this hump, because, you're going to have some withdrawals. You're going to have those times. You might want to try some kettle and fire bone broth. That always soothes my stomach and coats it. The collagen boost is soothing my stomach and coating it. So there's you a couple ideas right there. But start with 12, and then when the nausea is gone, you're no longer experiencing that with a 12-hour fast, then we work up to a 16-hour fast. That's the best advice there. And don't take any supplements unless directed. Do not take supplements on an empty stomach. Okay. If they say take them on an empty stomach, they need to be taken on an empty stomach. But a lot of y'all are taking your powerful, I don't talk about weak vitamins. The ones that I talk about are potent and powerful. And if you take them on an empty stomach, you will be nauseous. Okay. So make sure you take your potent vitamins that I recommend with meals, unless otherwise stated to take on an empty stomach. Could you please post a link to becoming a shopping club member? Tammy, thank you for posting that for Leona. Leona, we would love to have you in our amazing shopping club group. We're having a ball and we're losing weight fast. It's crazy. Stephanie, Sasha, when you said to say to the food, you don't have power over me, that was powerful. Travis, when you said eat to the glory of the Lord, that has really helped me. Thank you, Stephanie. Sasha, any follow-up comments to that?
No, I'm so glad you did it, because it took me a while to actually do that and talk to myself that way or say that to the food. And it really was, it's just like what Travis was saying about the Diet Devil stickers this morning. You don't realize how much, when you say something out of your mouth or get it out there, how much power it really has. And I used to tell a story, if we got story time for just a second, y'all probably all remember, but when it taught me a big lesson about journaling, and I didn't really apply it to my life until this program, until I was well into this program. But my daughter, as a 3.5-year-old, was having nightmares about a witch, and it freaked us out because it was a male witch that she was nightmares about. We could not get it. We tried all this room sprays. We tried all of the notes on the door. We tried things to kind of, just, she was sleeping with us, just could not get this out of her mind. And it was a mess because we had a newborn and she was just a wreck, wouldn't go upstairs. And so we couldn't figure out where this was coming from and couldn't figure out how to get rid of it. And my mom had a counselor, had a good friend that was a school counselor. Of course, Carmen wasn't in school yet, but she had, so we didn't know anything, and we had not even considered taking her to a counselor. But the counselor told my mother, told me, let her write this down, like let her draw this out, let her tell you what this thing looks like, and speak it out, and let her tell you what it looks like. You draw it out for her. And I remember her, leaning over my shoulder, kind of looking and expressing how this thing looked. And as she got it out and kept looking at this paper, she got more and more secure about it. And we ended up she wouldn't touch it or look at it, but then she started to touch it. She started to rip it apart, spitting on the thing and and ripped it apart. We ripped it apart. We burned it. We threw it away. She watched the garbage man haul it off, and it was like freedom. And to me, that power that the mind has over you, and getting that out of her head and physically putting it in front of her and her being able to get rid of it was amazing. And so that to me is like, if I ever doubt what it means, to write something down, take my own notes, say it out loud, that I always remember that story, because it's just it was powerful. And you can't take that for granted, that the power of your words. So I'm so glad that you did that. And I recommend it to everybody. Do it. You may feel like, I'm not doing that, but do it. It works. It helps. So yay. I want to say something else. I didn't know if y'all know this or not, but in the recipe library, if there's somebody that you like, particularly their recipes, like Lynn Eldon has several recipes. Brenda Mayfield is one. She's got recipes that I love, now if you've got somebody that you've seen a recipe of theirs that you like, you can search by their username or even their first name, but you can search by their username and see all of the recipes that they have done. And that's pretty cool, because I know lots of y'all, one recipe is, you got several behind that, because a lot of these come from your families, and it's really cool to see. Brenda has a whole library of recipes, and we put Brenda's such and such in front of everything. But now you can search by the username of the person whose recipe you love. So try that, and keep it really simple when you're searching. It's search by something unusual, but not too much information, because the library is full. All of the recipes and things that are there are mostly there because you guys added them. We've got more than 10 years worth of recipes that you get to add through our system, and we might modify the name a little bit just so that it's a little different than something else. But we've really let this be built by y'all, and not a bot, not by something. So the search bar, it is it can be very specific. So we're working on that. We're trying to put some stuff in the metadata so you've got more options to search. But if you're having trouble searching for something, like I saw Travis put chicken pot pie, and I thought, oh, I hope that comes up for him, because it sometimes might be just pot pie. It might be just, just keep it simple when you're searching, and then drill down even further from there. All right, I'm done.
No, you're going. Those filters in the recipe library, we just got to, so you and I plug into, it's like Command Central for us. It's how we run our life. It's the mothership, right? Our website. So it's how we run our life. And it's why together we've lost almost 200 pounds. We run our life with this mothership, journaling, recipe, everything. If we could get more people to do that. And the thing is, we built the website for our home. And there's so much of that website that only Sasha and I really use, other than, a handful of other people. But it's life changing. If you just can get the mindset, I'm focusing on, it's almost like you went back into the Garden of Eden from a nutritional standpoint. And you went through Jesus to get back in there in this place of peace. And there's no more tree of knowledge of good and evil. It's gone. All we've got is good things. And if we focus on Shibboleth approved foods, you see, if I go to McDonald's, it's a mindset, everybody. If I go to McDonald's, can I order crab legs at McDonald's? No, they don't offer them.
I don't think you'd want to.
Right. They're not on the menu. If I go into Red Lobster, can I order a Big Mac? No. Why? It's not on the menu. So why are Reese cups on your brain menu? Why are Doritos and taquitos on your brain menu? Why is a Hungry Jack biscuit on your brain menu? Why is vegetable oil on your brain menu? You go in that grocery store and you get the same things every time. And then when you leave there, you're thinking, I need to lose weight. You go in there and you get some sort of like sunbeam bread. Why is sunbeam bread even on your brain menu? Why? Because you have approved breads that work. You have approved chips that work. You have everything. So the only thing on my menu is what works. So I'm only focused on what I can have, not on what I cannot have. It's life. It's like y'all have heard me tell this silly story before, but we'll be sitting on the beach, Sasha and I, and we got on our sunglasses, and she loves me, right? Hey Arlen, I take my shirt off, and my wife loves me, but now she's got something to compare me to. And I can see her. I see some young, hot guy walking down the beach. I'm like, I bet she eyeballs him. And she'll act like she ain't even looking. But I watch her head just kind of jerking a little bit because she's putting her eyes, like she don't want me to think she's looking. But her eyes start looking at him walking down the beach like that, and I'm like, I see her. And I go, hey, woman, hey, focus on what you can have, not on what you cannot have. This is life. This is life, y'all. This is how we have life and life more abundantly. Focusing on what we can have and not on what we cannot have. Does that make sense? Oh, thank you, Dr. Elizabeth. Do y'all understand what I'm saying, though? You got to develop that mindset, because what we're doing is we're going and grabbing things out of compulsive behavior, taking it home. Then when we're in a weak moment, we're eating it. When we need a Diet Devil sticker on it. Sasha's trying to get me off Diet Cokes. So I need to make sure I put Diet Devil stickers on every Diet Coke. Because actually, try it. I'm sitting here. I know it works. I used to do it. But I'm sitting here going, I don't really want to drink. I'm still going to drink it, but it's made me aware. And I don't want to drink it as much. Just something about it turns my stomach now. But you got to develop that mindset. You got to do some radical shifts in your thinking to radically change your behavior. True. Anybody else? Any other questions?
Travis, Melissa had said about the story that I said about journaling, about It's a great story, but how could she apply it to her life now to help her understand the need to change her mind about her health and if that was the question the right way. I think, again, to me, journaling your food, everything that you think is a lot, but journaling that food and how you feel about it, and how, because for me, I'm 10 years in, more than 10 years into it now, but journaling, even just what you're eating and the way that you feel after, I'm telling you, I feel like I'm saying it every time, but you really get to know your body and what it responds to and how it feels when you eat certain ways. And when you write it down, it's more likely that you won't forget that. You remember it better. It is just a better way to, you can type it up or you can take a picture of it, but I'm telling you, there's something about the old fashioned, let's just write it down. It goes through your filter, it comes in it, and you have to look at it and you have to feel it. And so I would suggest, Melissa, even if you're journaling, we want everybody to have the ability to journal easily on the app and on the computer. And that is something. But if you're really struggling with that mindset, then I would say take a few minutes, just a few quiet minutes, and write down either what you're planning to have for the day, what you had for the day, or whatever that is, because you will start to learn how your body responds and your mind. It just all works together. It's amazing how you think we're just talking about food here, but we're not. We're talking about whole behavior modification. It all works together, because once you're eating and you're writing it down and you're learning, you continue that process. The process works, and you just learn every day about it's like you don't even have to. It sort of just happens. Is osmosis the right word? It just kind of happens because it naturally happens, because you're learning, because you're writing it, because you're knowing, that last time I had that, I felt this way. Or when I eat too much of this, a lot of people are realizing now when they, maybe they have too much bread, that they start to feel, they don't feel as good as when they have other stuff. And even I saw somebody put up there earlier that double bites, there was a new thing for them, but now that they've had double bites and used to them, they don't even like the other stuff. And how many of you, I know for me, I can't ever remember a time that I would say I didn't enjoy. I enjoy food. I love food. There's not really any food that I don't enjoy, but there are times that I go out that I would rather wait and have, or I know how I'm going to feel later, so I don't have that. It just comes natural out, and I'm thinking, gosh, how did that ever happen to me? Because I'm not somebody that ever has turned down anything, or a second or third, fourth plate, but it just starts to happen. Your body starts to remember, and your mind and your spirit and everything starts to connect. And so writing it down is a big deal. And I would encourage you to do that as often as possible. You may have something else for her, so sorry about.
No, that was fantastic. That was beautiful. And they need to hear from you, because if you look, most everybody here is a lady, and they need to hear from you. Would y'all mind? We really need to fund our mission. So we're going to talk about, it was requested that we talk about void replacements and survival kit, because it gets good void replacements in your hands and controls insulin, helps us fund our mission. But I want to put that to the side. I don't care about the money right now. My heart is touched by Melissa. Can I teach y'all a quick lesson that I wrote many moons ago about this very subject? Take me about 15 minutes to teach you the lesson. Okay, but I'm going to start off being, Sasha, don't leave. Okay, I'm going to start off being bad cop. Okay, I've said the things that I'm about to say to my friend Melissa and to everyone else that's been around hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of times. Hundreds, maybe thousands. And out of those hundreds and thousands of people that I've taught this lesson to, I would bet that only 1 out of 1,000 actually take it and go and do it. And now I'm going to teach it again. And I'm going to start off being bad cop before I give you real tangible ways to change behavior. These are real proven, scientifically proven ways, psychological ways to change your behaviors. But I'm going to start by being bad cop. If you don't love yourself, if you don't care any more about yourself than that you will not take 3, 4, 5 minutes a day to journal the way we talk about journaling, can't nobody help you. I have people that have begged me to call them every day and support them. I say, sure, I will. If you'll pay me for my time so I can make a living and support my big Shibboleth family, I will meet with you for an hour as much. No, I can't afford that. Now I'm going to get to real tangible things. They say, no, but because Travis, I know that you care, would you text me or call me every day? I swear this happens. There's 2 or 3 of you. I'm not talking about you. Charles will help me here. Charles, I love Charles. And you know why I still text Charles every day? It ain't because we're friends. I've got friends that ask for my help that I don't help. Do you know, I text him every day. Y'all don't believe, I'm not making this stuff up. Every single day. And now I think it's like 270 something days in a row. But Charles does what I asked Charles to do. He's the only person ever that I've tried, and I'm going to get to the point in a minute. I'm trying to touch your heart. There's other people, and guess what happens? Within days of me pleading with them and begging them, they start treating me like I'm just riffraff, because a prophet has no honor in their own country. They stop listening to me. They start running from. It's crazy. Chase me, chase me, chase me. Help me, help me, help me. Would you chase me every day and talk me into the program? If I have to talk you into this program every day, I'll have to talk you into it for the rest of your life. Does that make sense? Why, and I'm talking to all of us, why should I love you and your life expectancy more than you do? I know you're ready for me to teach the lesson. I'm gonna, but I had to start with bad cop to penetrate your heart. I've been there too. I've been there where I didn't care enough about myself to do basic fundamental things to change. When you get ready to do basic fundamental things to change, let me know. Now, here's what you have to do. I'm going to tell you again, and because I love you so much. Everybody, I'm talking to you that will not journal. Okay? So I'm going to go through the lesson. I want you to listen very careful. Number 1, you must understand your emotional eating, your desire to emotionally eat. You have so little pleasure in life that food has become your pleasure. And every time you go to that food over your emotions, not physical hunger, emotional hunger, your brain needing that dopamine hit. Y'all understand the power of dopamine, right? Every time you're stressed and you grab something unapproved, this is approved, and I reach in there and I'm at the office desk, you have now spiked your insulin and you cannot efficiently burn fat. It's not going to happen. You emote, and you're going to do it again. I'm not fussing that you're going to do it. I do it. So you grab, it's an emotional thing. It's a chemical thing. You're addicted to sugar, to starch, to the feel-good hormone dopamine, the feel-good chemical dopamine. We're an addict. And something triggered it. Something emotionally triggered it. You have to have pleasures in your life beyond food. So we know that, we embrace that. So, okay, I emotionally was triggered to eat that, and I don't want to be overweight anymore, and I don't want these health consequences. You have to journal that day. This is how I changed. That's why I believe in it so fervently. I would write, instead of me being the enemy, how many of you, when you have a holiday, right after it, you beat yourself up? What is wrong with me, you say, right? You beat yourself up. We need to be tough with ourselves, but we beat ourselves up like we're the enemy. It's not you that's the enemy. It's the enemy that's the enemy, and it's the thing that tricked you. The Martin's biscuit, the McDonald's. Instead of you hating yourself after a holiday, say, I hate you, McDonald's. Every time you go by McDonald's, you think, I love chicken McNuggets, or whatever it is you love. Somebody will go, ew, there's something you love, though. Whatever your restaurant is, doesn't matter, plug and go. So you go by whatever your restaurant is that you like, and you go, oh, and you start thinking about it. You never drive by there and go, I hate you, Burger King. I hate you, Martin's Biscuit. No, in fact, you're going, I hate myself. I hate myself. I sure do love some McDonald's chicken McNuggets. You're making friends with the enemy. Start calling it out. I hate you, McDonald's. In your mind, visualize a big old devil sticker on the golden arches or whatever your thing is on that Reese cup. Like I did with my Diet Coke today, a devil sticker. You've got to be aware. So now it tricked you. In your journal, type or write, I was feeling stressed or worried, or I was in a hurry, or I just wanted some pleasure. And I had this thing. And I hate that thing. I don't know why I did that thing. It made me feel worse about myself. The 30 seconds of mouth pleasure was not worth the next 48 hours of pain. Travis, I think that every time, but you're not writing it down. It's not penetrating the brain and the heart. You must journal about your triggers and then also give yourself a way out. You must give yourself a way out, like Joseph just said, right? I love Reese replacements. Next time, I will do a Health Smart peanut butter patty. Next time, I will do a Quest peanut butter cup. You find the void replacements. You will not do that unless you start putting this thing first. Other than Jesus, I will make the case to everybody here that your most important priority should be taking care of your temple above everything else. Everything. And I can give you an hour worth of reasons. People love to say, well, I just love everybody else. Don't love myself. No, you don't love everybody else. You do not. You can say that until the cows come home. You do not love everybody else. I hate myself, but I love everybody else. No, you don't. You're lying to yourself. You cannot love the people around you more than you love yourself. So if you don't love yourself, you're telling me how you feel about everybody around you. Joseph, we're going to lose some members today. I'm sorry. I don't want to. Hate it when that happens. It's hard to say these things to people that I care about, but you don't. I'm not saying you don't love the people around you, but you can only love them up to the level you love yourself. You know yourself. You don't even know other people. So how can you tell me you hate yourself, but you love other people who you don't even know? You've got to love yourself. It's not arrogance. It's how we grow and love others. I have a greater capacity today to love more people because my capacity to love me has grown, and it still needs to grow. I have no boundaries. I let everybody in. And the next thing I know, they sucked the life out of me because I thought that was love. I thought that was love. I got to show them I love them. But what I was showing was I don't love myself. But the older I get, the more boundaries I put up. People go, I thought you was a minister. I thought you loved people. Well, even Jesus had to get away from the people. Who am I? You've got to love yourself and stand up for yourself. Okay? So start there and you journal. You do have time. You have more than 10,000 minutes in a week. It takes a few minutes a day. Next, you have to eat the right combinations. Why do we have to eat the right combinations from a behavior modification standpoint, everyone? This is a good lesson if y'all will buy into it. Insulin, right, Lauren? Because if we get insulin loads, we're already struggling with knick-knacking, right? We're already struggling with the willy-nilly eating lifestyle. Now you spike insulin and you got appetite through the roof. So we have to eat in the right combinations to control that insulin. If we control that insulin, we control our appetite with more ease. I promise you, you've got to exercise. If you're not walking and exercising, you're not going to be able to replace the dopamine hit that you get from the food. But with exercise, we can replace the dopamine hit. You don't have to go to Planet Fitness. You can put on your earbuds and do like Charles Grant does and go walk. Every step you take while you're doing EFB, you are burning fat from, see that fat back there, that fat model? It's dropping. Everybody say, it's dropping. It's dropping. It's dropping. You got to get excited. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it with every step. Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot. My booty's a melting. You got to talk to yourself right. Exercise. Go for a walk. Listen to Jesus. Or don't. Go listen to Miley Cyrus. I don't care. But walk your butt off. It's easy to walk. And if you can't walk and you're in a wheelchair, in Jesus' name, go to the mailbox and back 3 times. One for the Father, one for the Son, one for the Holy Ghost. You never know when the Holy Ghost is going to come around and some man or woman of God is going to lay their hands on you and say, take up your bed and walk. But for crying out loud, we've got to show some effort. You're not going to make me believe that you get very much help if you're not willing to help your own self. I don't think it's Bible. Sitting around making excuses. Nobody will help me into the pool. I try to get into the pool before the angel comes and stirs the water to get my healings, but somebody always gets in front of me. Nonsense. You're going to die. Take up your bed and walk. You must promote mindful eating. What did I teach you today? What did I try to share with you today? Do you know how many people here will actually go through this exercise and do it? Mindful. What are we talking about? Mindful. Be aware. Be mindful. Y'all seen me do it in a positive way a few minutes ago. I took my essential oil and I anchored to my vision, to my goals, and now I'm fired up. That's a positive awareness. The negative awareness, being aware of them things that you know through journaling cause you pain. Lauren just nailed it. She needs to be teaching. She says it's intentional living. What does the Bible say about our intentions? God knows your very intentions. You can fool me. You can fool the people, but you can't fool the Holy Ghost inside of you. All those excuses, they're not going to get you anywhere. Nowhere. You need to be a new creature in Christ Jesus today. You need to find new hobbies. Sasha, what hobby did we take up a couple years ago that helped us? Dancing, right? Remember? You went and danced with that Sasha, that Russian guy named Sasha, and I cried because you look so beautiful, and I cried because he was twirling you and I couldn't do it because I'm from you, Harley, and I look like Steve Martin in The Jerk. Right?
No.
Find new hobbies.
I'm learning. Mm-hmm.
Find new hobbies to replace. And look, here's the truth. Oops, I lost my thing. Here's the truth. Some people need professional help. There's no shame in that. I'm one of them. I'm one of them. I have, in my history, I have episodes of manic depression. I didn't want to admit it. I get the life sucked out of me every day. And Sasha watches it. And I love people so much, but people can suck the life out of you. And I'd be high and I'd be low. So I said, you need help. And I'd go, I don't need no help. See that face? That's a scary face. And she would insist, you need to get somebody to talk to. And then I would go talk to them. I'm the one that talks to people. I don't need nobody to talk to. And the counselor said, everybody needs somebody to talk to that's not going to judge them without fear of repercussion. And all of a sudden, I felt the wind come back in my sails. I had to pay for it, but it helps. And when I feel myself sliding away, I book me an appointment. I go over and I pay the $150. and I sit there and I pour my heart out, and she tells me some good things about me that nobody else is telling me. She tells me I'm all right, and I leave there and I go, I feel all right now. Sometimes you need some help. Everybody here, you can get mad at me if you want to. Everybody here has mental illness, whether checked or unchecked. Now, you may have yours in check, but you have the capacity. I have mine in check right now, but I have the capacity for it to get unchecked. You're not going to live in this world today with its unscrupulousness and be sane. So you're going to have to figure out how to balance it out. And if you're not taking care of yourself, nobody's going to do it for you. People will take from you and suck the life out of you. And then when you're laying on the floor dead to rights and they say, Travis, give me something. And you go, I can't even get up right now. They're going to kick you. Now, can you still love them? Melissa, can you still love them? Can you still love yourself even when nobody else loves you? That's what real change takes. Anybody would die for a righteous person, but Jesus died for sinners like me. And I want to imitate Jesus. So sometimes when you're depleted, you just got to get away and fill your love tank back up. All that I said today, if you would apply it, you would be on your way to losing all the weight that you want to lose. It ain't about the cookie that you're putting in your mouth or the pasta type. That's part of it, but it's 1% of it. 99% of this is between your ears and you deciding I'm going to change. And I'm not just going to live with a void. I'm going to do my diet devil stickers or whatever my thing is. I'm going to do my journal. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to reach out to Travis and the team when I feel my motivation sliding away. I'm going to stop rationalizing these devil chips at the Mexican restaurant. I'm going to stop beating myself up after I have a holiday. I get holidays. Holidays are a part of the program. I can have anything I want. I never tell myself I can't have something. Woo! I'm done. Do y'all see? That's good preaching. That was good preaching. You know what people tell me every day? I can't afford that. Wait a minute, but you can afford them Doritos? Of course you can't afford to eat good foods when you're paying for Doritos. Do you see my eyes? Do you see that? I'm serious. You say I'm patronizing. Do you see the pain in my eyes? Look deeply. Do you see genuine pain in my eyes? I beg people every single day to let us help them. And every single day, most of them show back up, not doing any of the things that I asked them to do to help themselves. We are stuck. We are stuck. It is time for the change to fall. It is time for the strongholds to fall. You won't hear what I say, but you will say when the time is right for you, you will hear what thus saith the Spirit of our God. And if the Spirit of our God has spoke to you today, you got to decide what you're going to do with it. You might need to go to the altar and say, I'm changing right now. You know how you know when you got it? Bible says when you really get Jesus, you'll receive the kingdom happily. You won't do this. You won't do this. Well, I like that. I'm going to start Monday. I got to get through. Listen. Here's what people do. Oh, I like it. I'm going to start next Monday, but I got to get through the homecoming, and I got to get through this thing that they're having for Sarah Jane at the office with the birthday. I got to get through that because I want my sweet roll. But on Monday, I'm starting. I'm fired up. You ain't ready. When you really receive it, you'll go, right now. Right now. I'm changing right now. That's how you know somebody got it. That's how you know they got it. That makes me want to shout. I got it. I got a message right over here. It said from yesterday, why do you have to yell so loud? I'm trying to get your attention, but when the Holy Spirit gets your attention, I won't have to yell no more. Sasha, your time. You try to talk to him now, be good cop.
No. I agree with you. We all have something. Not one of us are completely put together without any flaws. So we've all got different things we're struggling with, and you never know you never know what somebody's dealing with. So, why so much negativity, and why we can't just be, we can't have your head in the sand or in the clouds or whatever all the time, but you know, you can be nice and be understanding of, I don't know why that I'm going there because it's not even what you're talking about, but but we've all got stuff to deal
Well,
with.
the rest of them, I don't even know what he's talking about.
We are, you're
Little intense, I know.
you carry a lot of weight on you because I've always said you have a really tough lot because you have such a compassion and a passion for people. And I thought I did, and you just are you go to bed with so much, you want to help everybody, and I know y'all know that he would do it for free if I'd let him do it for free, completely free, because that's just what his where his heart is, and he believes it. He believes in every single one of you, every single person here, and wants to help. And I've never seen so much drive to help somebody because he knows what it's like. He has been where you are, and he knows what it's like to have that freedom and that knowledge. And me too, now knowing, when somebody gets so discouraged and leaves the program, or they don't, or they're not able to jump all in because there's some obstacle that they cannot get past. And it's not about us, it's about what's going on with them. And we just try to keep on, it's like we were talking about earlier about reasonable and unreasonable situations and people. We can't help everybody as much as we want to. It's not, there are some people that just aren't ready, and it's okay. And we have to be okay with letting them go. And then they'll be back when it's time for them, because we want everyone to have this knowledge. And it's just knowledge. It's just, you can eat, like he said, there's nothing that I can't eat or we can't have, even, because we can have the holidays, and we can have and when you really think about how many times a week, even beginning, that you can have, or a month, that you can have a particular item, whether it's your favorite cheesecake or your favorite lasagna that's not made from cabbage or from some of these amazing pastas that we have. It's crazy, because you think, well, do I really need to have cheesecake every Saturday for all month? Yes, I do. But then once you've had that, once you do that and you start feeling that change in your body, you're not going to want it. I can promise you, it changes naturally. We're not trying to change. We're trying to help you. We're trying to just give you the knowledge of how these break down in your body, so that you can have the power to do anything that you want to do, depending on what kind of day you want to have. You can do anything. And that kind of relief of like, I don't have to, start my diet on Monday, or start my, you have a different mindset about food. And it's an amazing thing to have that freedom. And that's all we want to do, is just educate people so that they can make those decisions and realize that you don't have to be and feel imprisoned in a food, you can't eat this or can't eat that. So it's, but your heart for people is huge, and you have to be really careful to have that heart, but you also have to be a little bit guarded, because you need to be fed too, so to speak. You need to be able to go to somebody to have them counsel you also. And it's tough for you to do, because you've got, you seemingly have it all together. But you have to be able to have that downtime and have that, get fed as well. So I hope that everybody has that need, and whether we believe it or not, talking to somebody or being able to just even talk it out loud, it helps you process things better. Just like what I said about the talking to the food in your cabinet, talk to your dog if you don't have anybody else, but get it out, talk about it. It helps you to process things a little bit differently, a little bit better. So that's all.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's all. Yep.
Awesome, y'all. It's been an awesome class. Any parting questions? Anybody? Don't forget, $100 order, you get a strip of Diet Devil stickers and you get some Chex Mix. We'll throw in there. Anybody?
Yep. While we've got them left, we sure will. We'll send those to you. So
Email address for the book is Travis Martin 0619 @gmail.com. That's how you get on the list for the book. Love y'all. Love y'all too. Don't forget, if you're an influencer, to get your link from Sasha. I just seen one come through where somebody got a membership, pay what makes you feel good. So that means an influencer did that. So congratulations. So Sasha, make sure influencers get their links, pay what makes you feel good, so that privately, we trust our members privately. If there's somebody they want to help, they can help them that way. Makes them feel good, makes the client feel good. Awesome stuff.
I have the links did go to out to those that had signed up to be influencers, and I know some. Like I said, this is a new system, and I believe it went out from an email that might have gone to spam boxes for some people. But if you can search your inboxes for Travis Martin and that, you should find that link. I'm going to go review that today and make sure that everybody gets their link. It is auto generated by the system, so I can't. But what I can do is go see if I can't find those and make sure that you have that link. If you want to email me or message Joni on the chat, and we can get that back to you. In fact, probably the chat is the best way to do it, because that way everything's together and we can kind of follow and see, she can see when I've added it and such. So, but make sure that you did register if you want to be an influencer and have that ability to give people a way to pay what they feel like it's worth to them. Then you go to shibbolethinfluencer.com and fill out that form, and then it should automatically generate it for you, and you should get that link. But I'll be checking. Yep, Deanna, I'll check those today and see what's up with that and make sure everybody's gotten theirs. Email is a funny thing these days, so we have to be really careful. And I believe that the email address that came from was just a new one, maybe not recognized by, so it probably it could have gone to spam, but I'm going to double check all of that. So appreciate your patience. And if you got somebody ready, then, message Joni and let's get you something to work with. So.
Yeah. And a couple of questions. We got to go because I got an appointment, but quick one. Stephanie, can we do collagen boost and mellow out in the same drink? Absolutely. Good idea to do. Darla's wanting to know about essential oils that are best for memory, like when I get hungry. So that's a lot there. That's a class. If you want to email me, travisjack777@gmail.com, I'll shoot you over some that I feel good about. Essential oils, though, too, even those not designed for that purpose, are God didn't design them for that purpose. They're just amazing in every way, but we can use them for certain purposes. Even my Drive, I'm using Drive right now. I'd have to look. I'll let you do the research on the blends. But even that, it's not intended for appetite control or memory, but it certainly helps me because it opens up. It just disrupts your thinking patterns and puts more in a more positive, you in more of a positive frame of mind. But email me, travisjack777@gmail.com. I'll shoot you over my favorite ones, and then you can do the swap and see what works with Young Living. All right, y'all. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later. God bless. Thanks, Sasha. Great job. Thanks, Tammy.
Bye. Thanks, y'all, so much. We love you.
Bye.